nice red zone target. And so I think that's got to be one of the things that they were thinking is they bring him in and get a look. And we'll ask Stephen Jones that as he joins us now on the Buyers Barricades guest line. Stephen, appreciate you taking the time as always down here in San Antonio. We were just talking about the addition of Martavis Bryant. Can you take us through the thought process of bringing him into the fold?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing with Martavius is just he brings a body type, his size, his speed, his length, the whole 9 yards. That's something we just don't have in our receiving core. And nothing against the guys that we got here, but we were watching him practice today, and he's just about a head taller than the whole rest of the crew, and he's got a good pedigree. He obviously played well in this league before, and we just thought it was a good use of a practice squad spot to see. It's a long season. You never know how the injury bug is going to go. We love our receiving crew, but he is a body type that we just don't have in our receiving core.
Now, Stephen, do the red zone issues have anything to do with bringing a guy like that in? Can he be a good red zone target?
Well, he always has been, and usually when you're that 6'4", 215-pound plus guy gives you a big advantage in tight windows, which is what that red zone is. And certainly we've got the tight ends who can do some of that, but he brings that athletic element as a receiver and speed element that most tight ends don't have. So very helpful and can certainly could be a plus if we get him in here and like all the things that we see. It's obviously been several years since he's played in the league, but sure, like I said, like what he could bring to the table if he materializes here on the practice squad.
And could be in the keyword. Now, I've heard about the speed is still there, although he did say he's in shape, just not football shape. Haven't heard anybody say anything about the vertical. Does he still have a good vertical there that's going to be key in that red zone?
Absolutely. I just think he can go get a ball. I think he can run by guys. He was showing a little bit of that today in practice. He knows how to play this game. So that was another big piece of it. It's not, a young guy on the come. This is a guy who's got skins on the wall and been productive.
Stephen, a lot of Cowboy fans will talk to us and talk about the running game. I think people expected a little more of that. What do you see from the running game now and as you move into the future?
Yeah, I just think it's a work in progress. Obviously, it's TP's first year being the number one back, and as you know, we've had several lineups in the offensive line in terms of the group that we put out there. Not certainly part of the NFL that most teams don't really go start to finish with the same five, but it is nice that we've got our starting five guys out there, and I think they'll only get better. I know everybody wants to put under a microscope a little bit what Steele was doing, but he's made up of all the right things, and I know everybody's aware. It's no excuses. He'd be the last to use it, but he is coming off a major ACL injury and working through some things there that should just continue to get better in terms of what he's dealing with there. But he's made up of all the right things, and I know he's going to come around. And I just think this running game ultimately gels, and that we'll be efficient running the football.
Stephen Jones joining us here on the Blitz on 94.1 at San Antonio Sports Star. While there are no moral victories, what did you take away from the game Sunday in Philadelphia when thinking about your team, your roster?
Well, the biggest takeaway is there's no moral victories, and we still have to execute, make a play at the end of the game, and especially games like that. I mean, you're playing the top teams in the league. Philadelphia obviously has the best record in the NFL, and rightfully so. They deserve to have that right now as being the top team in the league. But at the same time, it was a very competitive game, and we put ourselves in situations several times to win the game. Also, I think did a good job of getting the ball out. Unfortunately, it didn't bounce into our hands. It bounced right back into theirs. But we did create three, fumble opportunities for ourselves. It just didn't go our way in that particular game. So we've got to take the next step, which is execute at the end of games and, get a victory out of something like that. But at the same time, it's a hostile environment. They play their best football at home. We play our best football at home. But I think we showed we can go on the road and give ourselves every opportunity to win a game.
Stephen, I've got to ask you, with the Giants coming up this Sunday, obviously they've had some big time adversity, and most Cowboy fans are thinking this is going to be a cakewalk. How is the team approaching this game on Sunday?
Anything but that. We've learned they pay their guys. This is an NFC matchup, throw all the records out the window. The last thing on our mind is thinking you can just roll the ball out there and go win a football game, much less a cakewalk. Those giant Cowboy games have always been really good football games. I know they'll be prepared. Their Coach Daboll will have his team prepared, and we better come with our A game. And if you don't learn from the past, and shame on you. And certainly, we played a team in Arizona that hadn't won a game, and they went and kicked our butt. So we better come with our very best football game. They've got really good football players on their football team, starting with Barkley. I'm sure they're going to really want to run the football. They got a young quarterback there, I'm sure, that wants to go out and prove something. So we've got our mind on it, and had a great practice today. And I know our guys will come out and play their ass off.
Stephen Jones, well said. What a great way to end the call.
Okay, thank you, guys.
Appreciate it. Stephen Jones here on the Blitz on the Buyers Barricades guest line, where they provide traffic control, rental, and sales for San Antonio and beyond. Online at buyersbarricades.com.